So, welcome everyone to the game. Who remembers what happened last time?
I remember the big thing being that a homeless-looking guy just showed up when we asked for help, or when I want to say it was Ashton. It was Ashton, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember her name. Annette's time. I remembered without looking. Yay. And yeah, then this guy shows up and is like, "Hey, you need to come with me to New York." Well, okay, he didn't say New York, he said the swamp. But we all kind of know from the information gleaned. I think, but she gleaned the information.
No, she has not told you. She has gotten the info.
Okay. I remember that part. Thank you. I will not metagame that. Hopefully. Yeah.
We also went and talked to the drapers.
Actually, that's not a bad idea to just ask them what the hell's going on. Yeah, we've got this strange homeless guy who's like, "Hey, come to the swamp with me. We need to master."
Yep. And Lorelai was like, "Sure, let's not let you go."
That's probably smart.
I don't know. That guy seemed really nice. I think Ashton would have been.
I mean, potentially. I mean, someone who seemed nice has never, ever become a villain or anything.
Not according to Ashton.
Oh, right. Gullible.
Shut up. I make all the best.
Oh, shoot. I could do a thing with Gullible again. 11 coins, and then I can give you another special coin.
Just say go by yourself with him. Because you're gullible. He's good. He's
Gullible.
Oh, my. Because, yeah, I just saw that. Because, yeah, then I remember Lucy going, "You're not."
Oh, my
To
food's here. I'm
Trixie.
gonna grab it right quick.
Trixie, was it Lizzie or Trixie? Or
Lizzie
both?
told Trixie that.
Thank you. And then Trixie said, "You're not going," or she. Something like that.
Yeah, because Trixie was with you guys, and then she sent Lizzie a message basically being like, "They're doing dumb."
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but Lorelai wasn't letting Ashton go.
Because, yeah, I remember that. I remember we had the emotional moment with Trixie.
So there was a group hug.
Yeah, we all talked and just seemed like we calmed everyone down a little bit. Which is interesting. Kind of showed that we kind of become a sort of big family. Kind of. But I remember the thing I remember. I don't remember where we ended up. Because I was really tired.
We hadn't made a decision because it was late. I think the last thing that happened was Lorelai going and talking to Richard.
And then he said, "Hey, this is why I have you." So she said, "Yeah, bye," click, and walk.
That's right. Not that I particularly blame him, because this is a signer.
He is a signer of the Accords.
Yeah, but having another one come into your territory.
Oh no, it makes sense why Lorelai doesn't have to be happy about it though at that moment.
He's not wrong. But as a husband, that would dick.
She still loves him. She's just irritated right now.
That's how it is. So there was all that.
Our visit to the Drapers.
Yeah, you're right. We did go. God, I don't remember that at all. I was really tired last game.
Okay.
We-
Lizzie apologized. Now we're all good.
I think we're decent with it. Although he probably still wants to talk to Ashton sometime and be like, "You're a dick."
It's between him and Ashton.
Yeah.
I want Nate Crow, so.
That is true.
Ashton is about to owe Lizzie.
And then Lizzie put the permanent aspect on Ashton in debt to Lizzie. That totally can't happen or anything in the system. Sorry. But yeah. I don't remember. The rest. We talked to them, we went around, we all asked what the hell we're gonna. Yeah, we kind of did just peter off because we hit a point where we're freaking tired. Still don't know if we're gonna go with them. I think Ashton's ready and raring to go, though.
I'm back, but eating at the moment. If it's possible, to do another scene.
Oh, I mean,
I mean, that's kind of like very next thing.
it's okay, man. Because it's like I'm saying Ashton's. I was not aware Travis was not ready. Sorry, Travis. But yeah, that's the remembrance, knowledge, even with help from us. Side note, Marlo's a dick. Other than that, though, that wasn't last session, just like should all know. Marlo's a dick.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, Connor kind of respects him in a weird way, but Marlo's a dick. Anyway. So, show. Oh, I don't know what to do now.
Well, we can continue, and I will eat. We'll play.
I mean, Brandon, up to
Well,
you.
we were heading to get Sissy too, to make sure she was one.
That's right. That was where we left off, I believe. 'Cause it was... You either had just pulled in or were about to pull in.
Oh no, we were there because we were having a discussion with her husband. But
You're right. Thank you. My memory.
the next thing was
Right. Because we should bring her with us to somewhere where nothing.
Mostly because Lorelai wanted to talk to her about eating. What's his name? Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You want to ask her to eat Marlo? Or what's his name?
Yes, that's what.
I mean, if she wants to,
I'm
I
afraid
don't think anyone.
Marlo will tame her, and then he'll just have an assassin.
That's very possible too. That's why.
Shoot, she is kind of. I'm not saying she's dumb, but because she's a freaking animal. As long as he doesn't have the perk like animal trader, in which case, oh shit. Ugh. Shoobity-bop.
So, we were last with Lorelai and everyone planning what they were going to do with this master.
So we need to decide if we are going to see him or finding another way around.
That made me jokes. What other way around it is there?
We should probably all meet up because Connor and Lizzie were coming back from the.
Yes, that probably would be a very good idea.
Thank you.
Pixie will go off and pack for their excursion to New York through.
It's a new swamp.
I'm assuming Lorelai would know this given her smarts for supernatural stuff, since she is involved with somebody from the occult. And going to somebody else with the accord. Is there something like she needs to bring? Like, should she be bringing a gift to them?
Gifts are nice. They are appreciated.
But is that something that would be expected? Is that
Mm-hmm.
Does Lorelai know the ritual she performed? Because I can't remember how Harry did this to his being like Adam within his existence. Does he still know where she?
Maybe. You don't know.
Okay.
Bringing a might be seen as a it would be a nice thing to do, but not necessarily something that is.
I just want it to be seen almost as a courtesy. I don't want it to make them appear submissive. Him, as in
Not. It is not a submissive gesture.
courtesy for a host, potentially. This is all about the manners thing versus whether they're bowing down to his in power as opposed to the Accords. Yes, Lorelai's scared shitless of the thought of having to deal with it, so her goal is not to piss him off in any way, shape, or form. So she's going, while everybody else is getting ready, she's also going to go speak with Marilyn about what a good gift would be, or could be, if she goes with them. And even if she doesn't go with them, for her to send with them.
So. If you're not alright, so what you would know as a member of the Accords is this is if you're not going, don't send a gift. You don't need to. Unless these in the name of your husband, at which case all of their actions will reflect upon.
No, that's not happening. No.
Good.
Okay. So if Lorelai goes with everybody, that is polite.
Yeah,
So that is.
It would be like giving a gift to anyone. You'd be giving a gift to anyone when you're going over.
Okay.
Like that's the type of experience.
Okay. Let me think on that.
So are you? That's what I thought I heard.
Yes.
Yep.
You were all met up in the. I'm guessing you're meeting up at LeBlanc's or
Seems
some
like-
other place.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
All right. So, everyone, so Ash and Connor and Elizabeth are meeting up at LeBlanc's. Apparently, Lorelai is being delayed a little bit, but she will be there. All right.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So you're at LeBlanc. What are you doing?
All right, what are you guys up to exactly? What are you trying to do to us?
I'm not sure it's such a big deal. I just want to meet with the master guy.
Wait a minute,
And
you're echoing again.
I'm echoing again.
test. Yeah.
I did absolutely nothing.
I know.
Am I still echoing?
Kind of. Less, but still there.
Now it should be gone.
Test. Yeah, it's gone.
Man, this guy's been acting.
All right.
Sure.
So, what are you doing?
I'm still trying to understand what you're getting us into.
I don't know what the big deal is. I just want to meet with this master guy, and maybe he can help us take care of the fake accounts of the Coronados. Right?
Yes, but can you understand that it's a little nerving to deal with someone that just goes by the name of the Stir?
I guess. Names are names. I mean, I haven't met too many people named Master, but admittedly, but you never know. Could be from another country.
It could be. I mean, most of the people that I've met that call themselves Master are not the most pleasant of individuals.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone seemed to get all excited when they mentioned that we were going to visit him through, like, I guess it has something to do with magic.
Sounds it.
Someone keeps implying that he doesn't actually live in the swamp. So, anyways, I think it's worth at least meeting the guy, right?
Not really interested in swamp adventure. Have you been to the bayou?
No.
Don't go. It's a terrible, horrible place. No one in their right mind would live.
Is that good?
Poor Genevieve.
Genevieve doesn't live in the bayou.
Wait,
No. She lives in
Voldemort.
the French Quarter.
okay.
Voldemort lives in the bayou.
Are you kidding me? Genevieve in the bayou? Ha!
Oh my god. Some guy called himself Voldemort.
No, he doesn't call himself.
The Mojave is no walk in the park, but better than being, underwater, I guess.
Yeah.
The Vegas swamps aren't that bad.
Ashton, do you know how much it costs to get my hair done like this?
I don't know how I could possibly know that.
The correct answer
More than
is
you probably make in a week.
Wow. That's important.
It is, and thus it's not going in the.
Okay. I mean, the swamps near Vegas give a very different humidity level, and I don't think it's taking us to another swamp. Well, I guess it could. I don't. We could always ask the nice rat man.
I still don't understand why he can't just come here.
Oh no. Okay, so
Is this the point where Lorelai walks in?
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Sorry.
hi.
So, is Regina with us in this conversation?
Not necessarily, but someone can go get her.
Okay, well, if somebody wants to get Regina, this may be beneficial to her as well.
All right, let me go get her.
Right.
So, I will go track down Regina.
She comes downstairs. Regina
So
walks in and goes, "What is it that you needed me for?"
So I wanted to let, if you were not familiar with the Accord,
I am somewhat familiar with them.
so you know people who sign them, and those certain people sort of maintain a position within the Accords, I guess.
Indeed. My father was one of those.
Okay, and so to have more than one signatory in the same place, especially if one of those people is invited, then it would be expected of others in the location to host.
Yes, if you are inviting someone else to your area, you would host
So this master is one of the signatories.
She nods. Yeah.
And so is my husband.
Yes.
I still
So
don't see a problem.
okay. Does anybody but me know what the master is? Out of game question.
No.
No.
Okay, this is this. Okay, this may make a little more sense now. So the master, if it is who I believe it is, he's definitely not human. He's sort of well, he's a dragon.
Regina tenses a little bit.
So, do we really want him here with everything going on? Because with everything going on, if something happened to him or duties as a host, or I should say my duties as host would be to fail, all hell could break loose.
So you're afraid that you're going to screw this up.
I'm afraid that something is going to be screwed up, whether it's by me or somebody else. To be quite.
I mean, you can't think that you're going to fail. It's a terrible attitude to have.
It may be a terrible attitude, but it's running a little par. I feel like we're constantly playing catch up, and trying to be proactive about this is a little bit terrifying when we have Regina's sisters still on the list, and a new person in town wanting to take. And even though, by the way, he never had control of the city prior, just so y'all know. And so for him to say he's taking it back is a load of but to add that to the mix just seems a little bit like we're asking for trouble or failure. Because if he is invited here, then Richard and I have a place for him to stay, and we have to host him, and we have to get everything set up in a very short period. If we need those resources going other places, this is where it's going to.
So is a money issue?
If it's money,
It's not.
Lorelai, I'm happy to help pay for it.
It's not money. It's people too. Since we have this situation where we are short on people, other things, and for me to even mention limited resources, I'm sure my husband's head is spinning in circles right now. But I don't feel like with this group we've been through enough that I need to be holding secrets. I just feel as though it would be safer for us to travel, even though it's this gentleman isn't attending.
So, since we're currently in the world of assumption, let us make assumption and assume that it. What would that mean?
If the meeting goes well and nothing is screwed up from hosting things, then it would definitely improve relations, hopefully, between the master and my husband.
It would also increase your husband's status. How many people has he hosted of the various members of the
Lorelai would know this. I would say none so far.
Yep,
unless I'm
none.
wrong.
Absolutely
Okay. We have not hosted anyone.
You do realize that members of my father has likely several of the members of the Accord.
Yes. But if we are to host, then it must be us who host. We cannot rely on everybody else to help us with this.
If you wish to do that, then that is what you do.
I don't know that it's so much that I wish to, that I sort of need it. Like, it doesn't need to be, having a unified front is important, but having fingers in the pie, to say, can also be a sign of weakness.
So, question to you, Lorelai. Do you think I would do anything to sabotage your husband? Do you think I would be willing to act as a sort of ally, the current signatory of the Accord?
This is Regina.
Yes.
Lorelai's going to take a breath and kind of look her. I do not believe you would do anything to sabotage these. There is no reason to. And I do not believe it is beneath you to be allied to mine. In fact, I find you a very powerful ally. Especially given that my brother has not said one way or another. He would let me know if I should be worried.
She nods. And she says, I'm trying to think how she. You are correct. I would never dream of doing cause damage. Showing that you have powerful allies who are willing to offer services to you does not diminish your. In fact, if you wish it to be all in your name, have it be all in your name. If you do not wish to host this man, you and your husband are the who can make that decision. I cannot force you to do that. This is your desire, then it is what it is.
My question, I guess, to not only you, Regina, but to you, Elizabeth, what is the, I guess, pros and cons of visiting as opposed to us hosting? We're definitely home ground, so that is beneficial. If he comes here.
Well, the issue with us going there is it possibly being a while you, Lorelai, would likely have protection under the Accord. It would be seen as a grave disservice for him to say do anything to you, possibly cause several members of the other Accords to rise and come against him. No protection extends to anyone else in this group.
This is fair. And as the invite to go to meet the master was not extended to me in particular,
then that might also be seen as a as an invasion of art. That might be something that you need to discuss with whoever extended this invitation. I don't even know who extended this invitation or how we got onto this in the first. I thought we were dealing with my sisters, and now we're hosting a foreign dignitary.
Awkwardly raised.
She kind of looks over at Ashton and goes, "Yes."
That was me. I just wanted. I mean, I thought the guy that got me my fake ID could help, and that turned out to be the nice rat man. He said if we wanted help hacking the bank accounts, see the master.
So we're hosting him to ask a favor of him if he comes here.
I mean, it's my understanding that the favor has already been asked. And he extended the to meet with us.
Or to meet with Ashton.
Yeah.
Ashton is a representative of us as a crew.
The fact that I just had to move other things with the Drapers.
Steph, you're cutting in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
And considering that I just had to smooth things over with the Drapers, I'm not
comfortable letting Ashton go by himself.
Yes.
Which is why I volunteered to join him before we realized math. So this is a rock and hard place scenario, damn it.
Do you want to try to roll any skills to try to get a read on something, get more information that you might have? Because you have these skills on your sheet doesn't mean you as a player know this information, and you might be able to get something if you suggest skill rolls to make for gaining knowledge. Because you can make assessments or declarations. Remember, assess the situation or make a declaration about the situation.
My contacts is shit.
What about lore?
My lore is good. Would I know anything about dragons in general? Having studied what, what should we expect this to be a trap? I mean, to find.
All right. It is highly unlikely this is necessarily a trap person. particularly it is an invitation and you are asking something. You might think that a dragon will likely have some kind of price that he will want for any of their services, or esoteric. The good news is this is a Western dragon and not an Eastern, as you know. Western dragons were way more beneficial in as
benevolent.
They were way more benevolent than Eastern dragons, which were either feral or evil.
I think you're mixing those two up.
You're right. Eastern. I forget which direction. Yes, Eastern. This is the Eastern dragon. That is an Oriental, Japanese, Asian dragon, right?
Yes. And they're the more benevolent.
Yes.
Wise, ancient, and benevolent.
So, by knowing this, would Lorelai know that by hosting him, the price may be lowered for the prestige of being invited by another signatory?
Less that the price would be lowered. More if you're going to him and he's going to host you as guests, the price might be raised.
Okay.
Because if he's, and it's possible that that's not even so. It's possible that the price will be the same no matter which way.
But it's likely to be higher if he comes.
It's less likely to be higher. Yeah, that is the way. There is no prestige about him being hosted here. Really, the prestige is really on your husband.
On our end, as long as we pull it off and don't fuck it up.
Yeah. No. It's he's been hosted several. He's been hosted by several people. And he's hosted several people. This is your husband's. This would be your husband's debutante ball. So,
Well, if that's the case, then we couldn't ask for a better person for it.
Absolutely not. The other issue is this might open the floodgates, and other irreputable people will ask to be hosted in this land. That is a issue. Admittedly, that was normally hosted by her father, Coronado. Literally, you've little respect because Coronado was also here. Anyone who came was hosted by Coronado instead of
Malin. Okay.
This would be the first big win for the Iron Lord to actually host a dragon here and have it go.
Okay. Oh, my husband's going to kill me.
Particularly since you already told him no, we're not doing this.
Yeah. It's okay. At this point, he should be used to being a little bit bipolar. Not really bipolar. Wishy-washy on some things. Give me a moment.
This is that they kidnap princesses, so I'm passing. If we're going.
Dragons.
Lorelai's gonna excuse herself and call her husband. Fuck.
I mean,
you excuse yourself.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Dragons are reptiles. We might have something in common.
Completely ignoring the fact that Lizzie is being racist, I guess.
Maybe? It's weird when it comes to magical creatures.
supernatural.
Speciesist, yep.
Yeah, that sounds more right or correct. If I remember. In every game I've played, it's okay to hate the Fae and it's okay to hate the Red.
It's okay to hate the Fae.
They're dicks.
It's okay
No,
to hate
they're
the
not.
White Court.
They're really good at talking, and I'm not so good at the talkings, which makes them dicks in my eye.
Okay.
If I had a high social character, I would not take on a Fae.
Lorelai's gonna call Richard if he is available.
Regina also holds up her hand. She goes, one more thing. If I am here discussing this with you, you should know the only fair thing to do would also be contacting the Drapers. This is the reason I was moving myself. You're here, Miss Mallon. If I am here also, it looks like the two of us are conspiring against a third party who is. So, do you wish me to stay and we extend a hand to the Drapers about this, or shall I find somewhere else when I only wandered in on you having your own private conversation with them?
I think we should invite the Drapers in.
Lorelai's just kind of wave a hand like, okay, whatever. We'll have this conversation, and she's like silently swearing as she reaches towards somebody with a phone she can use.
Connor, would you call the Drapers?
Sure.
See if Anna wants to come.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'll go step aside and do that.
Oh, damn it.
This could also be a major blow for the sisters as well.
Regina says, well, that's what we're getting him here for, is to strike
Well,
a blow.
no, I meant in the supernatural social circle, because they're technically not the signatory. With us standing up and inviting another signatory into the city without consulting them, it shows that they have no power here. They might lose respect because of it.
Regina nods. Oh, I can see.
Lorelai, before she makes this phone call, she's gonna to the door. She's gonna turn around and she's going to look at. Can we talk alone?
Yeah.
For just a minute.
Get up and follow after Lorelai.
Okay. She's
What's
still
going
at
on?
Lorelai's pace. So I have a problem. And I know politically what we need to do, but I'm having a really hard time getting past this problem.
All right. What is the problem?
Liana and her husband.
Take a chip.
Yeah.
What about them?
What they are, everything about that. You know, this if you didn't, this is something I have worked really hard to keep from power from taking over on anything. And
what is it with wizards and hating the Red Court? I mean, I understand that Regina and I also are not the biggest fans, but
you know, there's a number of different things, I guess, in general. It's kind of, I guess, a cats and dogs sort of scenario, but some of our biggest thing is I have a really hard time with the was it the Red Kiss? Is that what the hell it was called? The drugs?
Yeah.
We do not want that in the city if people come to power. That does not need to be added to our city right now, or ever. And I have no political reason to dislike these people other than what they and what they represent with the drugs. And I understand having to be politically, like Regina said, since you guys are talking with
Hold on a
me, which
second,
extends to
because
my
you're
husband.
cutting out, so I
Okay.
think I'm gonna try resetting my connection to the
Okay.
voice.
Okay.
I have no reason to hate these people. Sap racism.
Well, Lorelai's being honest, okay?
Shenanigans, drugs, and
Yeah, no.
Well, that's it. Well, it's the Reds. The Reds dealing with the.
Yeah.
So if it's one of those things where the Reds aren't going to be dealing these drugs, especially in her, then we may be able to come to an accord here. We're working on this.
Okay. Okay.
It's just if Lorelai can get it out in her like awkward. This is why she likes to be behind the scenes and not the political. And then she married somebody who's political. So okay, so let me go back. So I have no reason to dislike them. They've been very polite and willing to help, and I do see that. But I have a really big issue with some of the stuff that has gone on. We cannot have any sorts of the drugs. We don't need any of that extra stuff brought back into the city. There are supernatural things going on that we less than supernatural shit things added to the mix.
I mean, I haven't gotten any sort of inkling that they want anything to do with. I mean, I can't speak for the Mormon drugs.
Well, and that's sort of impossible to get rid of completely. The big one is the red kiss because of how quickly it affects. I mean, even if some humans are awful, they're still people that don't deserve.
I can understand that. I've seen some, or actually, sorry, are they?
They're in a room.
Are you listening to this or talking to?
Ashton has just eavesdropped on this conversation, and it's great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we normally would have closed the door. Lorelai just needed to vent that she is racist.
Yeah. Slippery little snake, there you go. No, you weren't supposed to be there, but...
All
So, Connor, you and Regina are sitting there as you see Ashton stand up, go start eavesdropping, and then just inject himself into the conversation.
Yep. All right, that worked.
Regina turns to Tara. This is why we can't send him alone.
But I was saying, I've lost coworkers to the red kiss. Unless he's in, is what he was going to finish saying.
You
just
lost
vanished.
coworkers to red kiss.
Yeah, I worked a bunch of jobs now, and then people will just vanish, and you'll hear later that they're found overdosed on that.
So maybe part of this needs to be agreed upon there before we agree to host that, because we, like I said, we need to have a unified front. Regina said stronger allies are going to be nothing but beneficial.
I agree. Something that you should address with the director.
Well, if Connor gets a hold of them, we can have a sit down and get out of the way. And
Connor, I'm assuming you.
I need a drink. I don't know what time of day it is for them, but Lorelai needs a drink.
I do want you to bear in mind that I also have no love for, but as you said, the Drapers have been our allies. And one of the biggest issues for me is Reds that are turning people against their will, like what happened to Con. Reds that view human life as nothing and will just throw it away.
Yes.
I don't see the Drapers as those sort of people.
Well, maybe we can then and get this aired out so we fix or start to fix the situation. Because if there is an accord that we can come to, if a wizard and a red court vampire can get along, not just me and Connor, because yeah, he doesn't really count as a red. But if I can work to get along with them, then that can be the first step. We can work with it. If you and I, because I can't do this alone, can do this.
Of course.
Okay.
All right. So.
So what? Oh God. It had to be addressed.
It has to be addressed.
What is this for?
It has. I have a feeling that this is an issue coming along with Elizabeth, and you being allies with Elizabeth and Regina, so you're going to put up with it no matter what, even though you don't like them. So there's a trip to compel that. But here's the other thing. I'm willing to give you another choice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
No.
Hello.
You are early. No, you're not.
Nope.
Do I need to go ahead and take this one before you offer it, or do I need to just leave it on the table?
Just leave it on the table for right now.
Okay.
So, hello, Jeremy. You'll walk. You and Trixie will walk in to the conversation with bags packed in a second.
Okay.
All right.
And you're really quiet, Christian.
Sorry, I was away from my mic.
Sorry. Will you put one chip back out on your face?
Okay. The
Just
one I
one.
took from earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
'Cause you put one out and then you took it away. So do I still pull one from
Yes,
mine?
put one out. There you go.
Okay.
Here are the 3 compels that have affected you in this scene. We're going to go over them.
Okay.
No.
No.
Laura started game with 3 chips.
No, I didn't. He gave me one earlier.
Okay.
I started with 2 and then my star, and then he gave me one because I said we need to talk about the Reds.
Yeah, so one of the top 2 chips is we need to talk about the Reds. The other one is the fact that you are allies and friends with Regina and Elizabeth. And the other is the fact that there is a settling power vacuum here, what's it called, Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So each one of these things is like something that is pulling on your mind and pulling on this decision. The settling, the power vacuum likely possibly means you have to work with people you don't necessarily like. The what's it called? What's it? The war against the Reds and drugs being something that you have an issue with, or the third one being the fact that you're allies with Regina and Elizabeth.
Okay. So I have a goal, I guess. Go ahead, never mind.
What?
I have an idea on how, depending how this plays out at the end of our session tonight, I may end up changing an aspect.
All right.
So we'll see how this plays out, whether or not I can.
All right, sure. I'm just going to leave these chips here to let you so you can take and you can reject however many you want.
Oh, well, I can reject 2 of them because I only have 2.
Or keep in mind, you can accept others here to reject.
Hmm.
I guess you could use your chip from
Oh.
the.
I would like to tag something for Lorelai.
What?
We get by with a little help from our friends.
All right. Spend a chip.
I'd like to tag the beetle.
All right. So, she's reminding you. Not only are you friends with her, but you're going to get a little help from them.
I have already agreed to work with Elizabeth. I said I cannot do this without you,
Well, then
but I'm willing to
Take one
work.
of those because you've agreed. So you are going to work with the group no matter what
I am
happens.
going to work with Elizabeth to solve this issue before we go further so we can get this situation right. Okay.
That sounds also like you friends with Regina and Elizabeth, so you can take another chip. That also kind of sounds like you want to.
I want to fill the power vacuum.
Yeah, you're willing to do the power vacuum, so you're willing to work with people you might not necessarily. I'd be happy with you to take that chip.
Okay. So
Yeah, one of them.
Okay.
And the final chip is to continue hating the rest.
I'm actually gonna pay this one off because Lorelai
Alright.
needs to get over this shit.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
We're gonna leave that right
Saying
there.
it.
Oh,
You
fuck.
could use your MVP chip for that rather than one you're stored, right?
That's okay. I know I'll need the MVP chip for the other night. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh,
I have faith. I'm gonna need it. Okay. So, situation. Oh Lord. Oh, we need to have this conversation before Laura. Well, now I guess the question Lorelai is going to ask is: so do we meet with them, or do we see if they're available to meet up before I make this call? Because I need to let my husband know if we have to start a host.
Hopefully Connor has managed to catch them on the phone.
All right, so we can go back out. We don't need to be private anymore. And Lorelai would have just given Ashton kind of a weird look when he walked in on their conversation. Like, oh geez.
social graces. What?
I got bored.
You're so cute.
That is the best.
You have 12 chips. I'm not giving you another
That's
one.
fine.
He knows he can make us laugh and get a chip. Oh
It's
god.
okay. Eventually, that's gonna come back and bite you.
I do not have the motives.
Oh god!
No. What are we
So
going to
you
do?
know what you need to do now? You need to kill Travis and take his.
Ugh.
Is that how PvP works in this game?
We are instituting what's it called, Killmonger rules or whatever, the necromonger rules.
Yeah, that's right. Necromonger.
Quick, Ashton, make a discipline roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, no. Ugh. Oh my god. I saw two ways that was gonna go. Either Necromonger or Highlander rules. He has more chips. There can be only one.
No, there can be as many as you want. Just necromonger rules. You keep with
As he pulls
Anyway.
out a two-handed sword.
So, you all walk in the back. At this time, you see Jeremy and Trixie. They have come down with suitcases.
Hi!
Trixie says,
Uh.
"Okay, where are we going?" And she goes, "No. You are not saying that I am not going. If he's going, I'm going.
I think no one's going anywhere.
No one's going?
Not at the moment.
But afterwards. This isn't a no one's going anywhere at the moment. We go upstairs and then we come back downstairs and the moment's gone. You guys, this isn't that kind of thing. You're not pulling a fast one on me, are you?
No, Trixie, we're not.
Where are we going?
Why aren't we going?
Where are we going?
To meet that master guy.
Ah,
Through the swamp, and
right. Wait, then why do we
No.
pack suitcases? I have one shirt.
They're Trixie's suitcase. Trixie's
Yes.
multiple suitcases, which you are carrying.
That sounds accurate.
I'm not that strong, so it's fumbling. It's
Yes.
a scene. Okay, so is this gonna why aren't we seeing Swamp Man?
Swamp Dragon.
But I think Swamp Thing. There we go. Does that work better?
No.
Dragon.
No.
Oh.
We're going to go over the same thing again, Jeremy, now that you're here.
Okay.
You know how much this costs, and she kind of gestures to her. This
Don't
does
you
not
grow
go
that?
in the swamp.
Okay, so wait. We're gonna not talk to the dragon because you're gonna mess. What?
If we're going into the swamp to go talk to the dragon,
Yeah.
hard pass. A, swamp and my hair do not. And B, dragons kidnap princesses.
Well, then you must be a queen.
Regina's the queen.
Oh. Well, then you're shit out of luck.
Exactly.
But I mean, you're right. No, I'm gonna stop that train of thought. It's you were going to get mad. Okay, so you're not going to talk to dragon.
So what we're doing is we are going to have a few more of our allies join and discuss our alliance before we do anything.
We're discussing our alliance again. Am I to take it that something has changed? Yeah.
Not changed.
Just needs to be discussed.
Needs to be addressed.
She seems like she's tense as she looks at Regina. I don't know what she's talking about. Nothing about our alliance has changed. We have a matter to discuss.
Lorelai has a concern. I suggested that she bring it up because that's the only way that it can get dealt with.
By this time, Lorelai has a drink in her hand. She's not really drank much out of it, but she has a drink in her hand.
There is the dirtiest look from Regina. Like, if she can drink and I can't, I'm gonna be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a major concern.
Well, then perhaps we should go and meet with Mom rather than through me.
Lorelai is going to look. This sounds like a good idea.
Regina
So
nods.
Steph doesn't know what you're asking with because Brianna and Brandon were talking at the same time.
Ah. Sorry. Liana asked, maybe we should go talk to Victor. Lorelai says, yes? Question mark, as she looks at Elizabeth.
I certainly have no issues with him being involved. I understand that he's not able to get out until.
She nods. Yeah, we can move our discussion over to an area where he can.
I think that would be acceptable.
Very well. She walks out and she makes a call. She's like, and she starts speaking. And then nods and says, yes, he's willing to meet with us. So, are you going over with her?
Yep.
Lorelai's gonna finish her drink and then yes.
All right, Lorelai's going over. Connor, are you?
Sure.
Ashton, are you going?
Should I?
I mean, don't snakes like swamp?
Yeah.
Jeremy, are you?
Me?
All right. So Trixie's going. Regina is saying, I'm going to stay here. I don't want it to seem like both of us are going over. I prefer to stay neutral since I have no clue what this.
Well, I mean, neither do I, but I'm just gonna go anyway.
Yes, but I am sending. It looks at this. 2 of my right-hand people are going to be there instead of me. So.
All right.
Alright, Liana leads you over. You go into a club. It's not too far away. You are able to go into the basement, and much like what you saw earlier, there is Victor. He is sitting on sort of a throne
Throne
thing.
of cocaine.
What?
Throne of cocaine.
Not a throne of cocaine. But there is some there does seem to be some things going on. Yeah, he's sitting on a just a regular sort of raised throne thing that Liana leads down to, and she bows before him. He bows to her and beckons her up, and he takes her hand and kisses the back of it, and she shudders with delight and goes and sits down on his lap and puts her arm around him, and just kind of leans against it. And he goes, "Yeah, my wife said there was a discussion that needed to be had betwixt and Malin's wife."
I have a concern. Realizing, take a deep breath. And I mean this with all of the respect I can share at the moment. And I do apologize if anything I have to say is untoward or upsetting. I have a concern about after the power vacuum is filled and our alliance hopefully is to continue, what that will entail for this city. Lorelai hesitates when she says that.
Elizabeth gives her kind of a confused look, but doesn't say anything.
He nods. He goes, well, you seem to be... Is there a specific reason you are worried about this?
I do not wish, once everything settles, for Red Kiss to show up in this and be encouraged.
Nods. He goes, you... Is that all?
Lorelai is hesitating, like she's trying to find the words. I don't have time to mince words with this. I do apologize, as I said, if this comes off as rude, because I do not intend for it to be. I have a very hard time beings that force themselves on others. And I just would like some assurances that that is not going to be something that you and your people once everything is.
So you're leading council,
No.
but they are a group of people who force themselves. They force their laws on other mortal practitioners.
And some of them think it's their right to force their will on non-mortal practitioners.
You know?
By leaving the White Council is similar to admitting defeat, that it cannot be changed. And I am here to try to change at least what I can, and that is hopeful. My feelings in general and how I have been raised against your kind.
So, my kind. That is a very interesting word. So, what you are asking me to do is to not judge you by the actions of your kind, yet you seem to want to judge me by the actions of my.
As I said, I apologize for what I'm saying because I knew it was going to come out.
Nods. He goes, allow me to repeat your words back to you. I am looking to was already sundered. It was able to be broken apart by your council. I wish to rebuild it into something stronger. I wish to rebuild it into something more lasting, more in this new. That is not something that the Red Court of old was capable of. Hence, most of they were not able to persist. Not because of their weaknesses of body, because their weaknesses of politics. It is interesting to see when you look at the vampire courts what has happened. The black completely destroyed long ago. The red recently. The white court still strong. Not one has lifted a hand, save for our own actions. They exist in the world, and I have a feeling it's because they are more politics than the red had its ability to blend in and trade niceties, but there was always something under the surface, a desire to see people as nothing more than walking bags of blood, which did not sit well with those people. It was the failure of the Red Court to understand and accept humanity as the rulers of this world, where they themselves they should be in control. Perhaps in ages long past, they were able to set themselves as kings and queens and gods and feed off the populace that way. But we are no longer in an age of kings and queens and gods. We are in the age of technology and of man and of invention and of all sorts of other new things. And I, for one, am willing to adapt.
I think this is getting much.
It's a little. She's come in to be honest, and so I was being honest with her.
I do not think that the honesty is the issue. I think the honesty is muddying the waters. If I can try to rephrase what my understanding of what I'm trying to express, she is concerned about the red kiss drug.
He nods.
And I think that she was trying to express that she is trying to deal with the Steph had the word and now it's gone.
Epidemic.
No. She is struggling with the fact that she was led to believe that all red courts were one thing. And I think Lorelai understands that you and your politics and your ideals are different from the Reds. But even while she understands that, she struggles to separate that. Am I getting that right, Lorelai?
Yes, and in addition to that, this is me honoring the alliance that we made personally, in that what's the word I'm looking for? Brianna just lost her words. This is an olive branch from one wizard to beyond what our alliance would hold because of the agreement we have.
He nods. Very well. What is this agreement you offer?
I wish to view you and your wife and those associated with you as you are and not as I have been taught to believe you are.
He nods.
And in doing so, I also am hoping for confirmation of my initial concern.
Confirmation that I am not dealing in red kiss.
Correct.
Allow me to offer one. What do we do with the ones who are addicted?
Methadone clinic?
Methadone is not a viable alternative.
I mean,
Is there a viable alternative?
that's what I meant.
Not except for more of.
So, and cutting and stopping what just makes you go nuts?
It can.
Is it just like a set time while your body goes through withdrawal and then it gets better over time, like regular?
That is more closely. One can't recover from it, but the deeper one is, the harder it is. Especially if one stops entirely. Terrible to seek out people who will gladly feed their.
Well, why not do a step down program?
He nods. That's exactly the intent of it.
Ah, so that's an alternative. Stop.
I will clearly say I have no intent of distribute or distributing widely at red kiss stores that I may have seized from our mutual enemy. But the ones I do have are for any who are, because have to find other red cord vampire to slowly feed them, or I get to come out.
Okay. You're not gonna actually sell it to get more people addicted, right?
No, why would I do?
Profit.
He rolls his eyes.
I've heard worse reasons.
Okay. With that concern being waylaid or assuaged, I guess. It appears I need to make a phone call.
Lorelei, everyone, Lorelei herself has taken a minor milestone. All right. Allow me to again go over what can be done with a minor.
She
Been a
became a
while.
little bit less racist.
A little bit. Just a touch.
So,
Says the man who has pretty much killed every single one in San Francisco.
you may choose one of the following: switch the rank of any two skills, or replace one of your bottom average skills with one that is. Change a single stunt for another stunt. Purchase stunts or powers if you have the refresh to dream name. What are you? I'm guessing you were ready to say.
Yes, I'm going to rename my aspect.
Do you have that decided already, or shall we?
I do. It is going to, because she still has an issue with the red kit, so this may benefit her and cause her problems later. But I'd like it to be changed to Crusade Against Drugs and New Alliance with the Reds, or New View.
It's two separate.
Okay, then we'll the Crusade Against Drugs and the Reds, and it's just going to be a new outlook on that.
But not drugs.
On the entire.
Oh no, on Victor. So on the Drapers.
So it's more that you have, say, a hope for the Draper.
Yes.
Right. I'm gonna put that instead. Hopefully.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take these chips.
Yep. So with that being said, Lorelai's going. Okay. So now I need to make a phone call. If the rest of you wouldn't mind filling in our next steps with our alliances.
They not. Victor will listen to what you say, and then just say he is 100% involved. He will offer whatever services that Richard Mallon needs in order to make a good showing of this. He will ask, however, that he gets some acknowledgement for his because it seems as if Richard himself, desiring political, and the idea to hobnob with another signatory of that seems like issue he is willing to pass up.
Fair enough.
He will also state that he is willing. He likely has the contacts that he could probably procure some opium on some short. If it is to the master's light.
Is he telling the group this?
Yes.
Oh, I can help with that one.
He looks at you. How so?
Oh, I can make it.
You can make opium.
Oh, you give me the seed? Oh wait, never mind. I can't make it then, unless you have poppy seed. Got a lot of poppy seeds.
He shakes his head. This is not usually something that I do. You manufacture drugs.
I mean, I can.
Trixie is looking. Trixie is giving you so many eyes right now. I mean,
none of them are
positive. Trixie's mentally unstable genius. You have one of these chips on here is yours. You never took it.
I know I was supposed to. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do with this? What's this compel?
Well, I mean, you can take it, and because this is for the fact that your Trixie is mentally and emotionally unstable genius. I have a feeling that's going to get you into trouble here in about a second.
Yeah.
Oh, is this for playing it, or is this for is this a compel?
It's partially for playing it, partially so that Trixie will actually be upset with you. If you pay a trip off, she might ignore it.
Huh. So in game, Jeremy would immediately if I would probably pay off the chip, but Christian's really kind of excited where that would go. God damn it! No, but I'm gonna do the character playing here. Just oh, nope.
Oh, all right. So paying off the chip is not you back off. You can if you don't if you not upsetting Trixie is literally you take the chip and you see what happens. All right.
Oh.
If you pay this off, Trixie is okay with whatever you say.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
All right. So Trixie is looking at Elizabeth and looking at Jeremy.
Me?
What'd you say?
Jeremy,
Yes.
we don't do that to
You don't do what?
Oh. We'll talk about that one later.
Trixie shoots you a huge look, like, really?
I just shook my arms and I gestured towards the red cord. I'm like, it's personal matters. Or you want to talk? You want to talk about it now? I mean, I don't want to make them feel kind of awkward. I'm pretty sure they will.
So anyway, Victor just goes, I have things I should attend. I will leave the rest of our planning with, and you all may use our area or your own as you wish. It's kind of I'm done with that. I can see there's drama brewing. I don't.
I would offer, but I do not have one. Have a good day, sir. And then
no.
Jeremy,
Lizzie was thinking about the White Court of Vampires.
Yeah, no, it's quite a thing in there. Oh, White Court. That White Court.
I'm
oh
like,
yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
everyone's
that
responding to
massive
talking about
fucking
wizards.
thing.
I'm like, I wasn't talking about wizards. I didn't say wizards.
White Court just whistling in the background, being known.
Yeah, because what I do totally isn't rape.
Goddamn rape.
Okay, so wait. So we leave, or does he leave? So we leave.
You
Okay.
all go back. You all. And Regina is there. She's got several out. And Lorelai, you've called your husband. He's like, my dear, what are they doing now?
You know how much I love you, right?
What is it? What have you done now? I was concerned about what they had done. Now I'm concerned about what you.
I haven't done anything yet.
Look like a goddamn saint.
I have merely, well, I haven't done anything bad. Lorelai is super awkward, okay? Just
preemptively apologize.
That's exactly.
Honey, I'm sorry. Wait, what happened?
Say,
No.
all right, god damn it.
So I, with everything going on, that alliances were more important than my hate and mistrust. I just finished speaking with Victor and Lena to confirm a few of my concerns and well, not confirm them, to assurance for my concerns. And I so I told you I didn't want chaos or anything to our city. Lizzie. After thinking it over and the possibilities of what could be negative on us, it may be more beneficial for us to have the master here. No invitation has been extended to him yet. Not do that without letting.
You can sort of hear the chair lean back as it creaks, and he goes,
But if we are looking for his aid in any way, shape, or form, I believe it would be our job to not it would be more beneficial for us not to have his territory, especially when we don't know what is going.
Indeed, you always want to bargain from a position of power. Here we have the power.
Plus, it may be beneficial to finally host someone. Now that the asshole is Laurel, I can't remember the dude's name.
I'll begin working on it. That's why I asked you if you thought this would be a good thing, because you are the one who knows of the benefits and our finances. I trust my wife. That's what the decision in. You are very capable of making these decisions. That's why I married you.
Sometimes I guess the reassurances are a good thing. I'll show you if there is something that would be beneficial for this hosting to come from any of our alliances. They are willing and able to assist us to show a strong allied front, if that is what we need.
I mean, it will, I believe, it will benefit us. So yes.
So when should we schedule this?
I would assume as soon as possible.
Preferably, yes. Get this together.
What are you looking to offer?
I don't know. Lorelai may know. Brianna has no clue.
Okay. All right. So in very loose terms, discuss what kind of things you would like to.
So we would like to host him to invite him to our city as one of the people of the, and we were informed that he may be able to assist us in blocking account.
So you want to offer him to visit and discuss possible future arrangements.
Yes.
All right. Are you looking to give him a banquet? Are you looking to set him up in his? Going to present a array of gifts to give to him here, or do you want to put on some kind of show?
I do not. I do not wish his visit to overly long.
This is out of care. This is out of
Okay.
care. And this
Okay,
is something
so
everyone else can chime in on without
please
discussing
do.
in on character. What do you want to do for this? Like, how balls to the wall do you want to go?
We want to show him a good time in Vegas, I would think. We do not want him to set up a permanent home.
Okay.
Unless somebody else has a reason to do.
Steph is thinking that even if we asked Parvis, he probably wouldn't tell what the dragon would like.
I mean, that'd be something you would have to get Parvis in there.
Yeah. Because Steph, who has to answer, is figure out what he would like and appreciate and cater toward.
I agree. Actually, yes.
Because it's like, it makes no sense to throw some baller rave party if
He wants a masquerade.
Well, not even that. If he's, a homebody that likes to keep things quiet and low key.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you guys reaching out?
Ashton's for yes.
Say, Ashton's going to be the one reaching out to Parvis, so yes. Lorelai's going to tell Ashton to reach out to Parvis.
All right, see, you're telling him to reach out to Parvis? All right, yeah. I'm going to go back in scene. So we're back in scene. This is a scene with Parvis. You contact Parvis, and you hear a...
Hi.
Hello. Are you ready for your journey?
Actually, hold on a second. Wait, guys, how did we pitch this exactly?
The idea's already been pitched. Just at.
Like, we'd like him to visit.
If he were to visit.
Are you taking the phone from him?
Not yet.
Right.
Ashton hesitates. This is where Lorelai and Elizabeth. If he were to come visit, what sort of things might he enjoy here?
Yeah. So, we would like to know what the math.
I am not allowed to discuss said information to just random individuals. If I were acting as the tour guard for him, I can help see any arrangements if he is invited here. As established, you do not have the authority.
The phone.
Lorelai would know this, right? So, like, she would have to. She would know that somebody would be able to be in contact with them to make this.
Not necessarily
acceptable.
Not necessarily. There are some people who are just going to go no sit. It's different for each. There's no have to put someone in. Now, admittedly, usually they have someone who can like give you a list of things they want once if things are being talked about. But it seems like what Dash, basically what you're saying is, this guy is saying, until you invite me, I'm not just telling you what any information can be used together.
Fair enough. Okay. Lorelai is going to take.
Okay. Like, hey, let us know how would we properly bait a trap for your guy. Just you know. So Lorelai, you take the phone.
Yes.
All right. Silence is on the other.
Lorelai, is she take? What's his name?
Rat guy.
Sir, are you still with us?
Indeed.
This is Lorelai Lily Mallon, wife to Richard Mallon.
Is that your? There's sort of silence on it. Lorelai Lily, you are concerned with the accuracy at which he responded with your name.
That's okay. He doesn't know her middle name, so. Yes. This is Mr. Mallon's wife.
Indeed.
We wish to. The question that my friend asked. We wish extend an invitation to the master, and in order to do so, we wish him in our choices to make his visit pleasant.
This is a formal invitation from the Iron Lord.
Yes.
Oh, when were you thinking of having? I'm assuming soon, as you. I believe this is about the business that your friend called about.
Yes.
I would. No. Except I can come anything that would be needed for preparations for the sister's arrival. If you.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Indeed. Where shall I meet you?
Are we at Regina's?
Yes.
If you are available to meet at LeBlanc's, that would be greatly appreciated.
What is a LeBlanc?
This is a business in the city.
Where in the city?
She'll rattle off the address.
How does one get there? From here?
Where is? Perhaps it would be better if I were to come to.
If you wish.
Since
Is this a resending of the invitation or a coming to
pick?
Ah, okay.
This would be the wetlands in Las Vegas.
Yes, it's the wildlife reserve.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, he's literally ready to jump back in.
Okay.
So a few hours go, he's very respectful. He comes in. He looks like a homeless man. But he does have a suitcase. He asked if he could.
Robe?
What?
He's not wearing his robe.
He's not gonna wear the robe for this for a journey to the fucking. He also, if he wears his robe, it's quite obvious He's got a suitcase with him. He's going to ask if he can use your bathroom.
Lorelai's looking at the others. It's not her.
Absolutely.
All right, she walks in there. He goes in. He locks the door. Things like that. So you hear water running and everything. He comes back out. And a very finely made robe. Silken. He sort of walks on up. It's very oriental. He's down. He goes, I am called Parvis. I am a servant of the master. I am here to help with the oversee of the master's desires. And so he goes through. The master is a playful. He would enjoy any kind of games or things like that you could. He believes that he would find your casinos very very interesting, and something that he would definitely want to partake in. He is a rather simple man, but he does have a taste for luxurious things. He is a man of very high fine quality, who takes care of his own. He will have several other people who will likely be coming with him, and he gives you a list. It's about let me. No, that fell. All right. It is about 13 people.
Okay.
He will be expecting at least one face with even if it's even other meetings are held intermediaries.
Okay. Of course, wouldn't expect anything.
All right.
Is that everything?
That is.
Laura would ask about meal preferences for both the master and his guests. She would ask just to what just to ensure that there are no dietary restrictions. That's the word I want.
No dietary restrictions.
Okay.
They do like chicken also. They'll eat basically anything. But quality food. When they say basically anything, do not like. Oh, here's a group can of garbage. Yay.
No, I know what you mean. I'm making notes right now of everything we just talked about.
Are you going to post them in the chat so we have them for next
Yes,
time?
I am. Okay, so he likes playful. He's playful. He likes. Lorelai would have actually been taking notes in front of this gentleman just to make sure everything was left.
Purposely said, having a villa set out for him to go privately and a place at the casino would likely be best for either one of those. And he may need more than one on the various people that come. You don't need to provide every person either or, but about half and half should be good. A little more than half and half, in case more than half people want to stay in the casino or want to go.
So enough for a little more than half to stay in a villa, enough for a little more than half to stay in the
Yes.
at any given time, plus the
Yeah.
master's separate one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, Parvis will say the masters himself can be the if you wish. But half in the villa, half there, and then one for the
Okay. Okay. Lorelai will just make a note of that to make sure that it, both locations can be stayed in.
You said that he enjoys games. Does he know how to play poker?
I believe he does. It's not a game he normally plays, but he has been around for quite some time. I know he prefers mahjong.
Alright.
In terms of other entertainment, would one of our shows be of interest to him?
All your shows will likely be available.
Okay. So he just needs like a high roller. This is out of character. So he needs like a high roller, like stereotypical casino Las Vegas visit with nothing bad happening.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
He's. It doesn't seem like he's that picky. In fact, it doesn't even seem like this is going to cost a bunch of resources. Admittedly, there is some stuff you're caring for, like 13.
Like, especially if we were to do like a big fancy dinner, that's probably going to cost a pretty penny. But I mean, I think that might
the highest of the expenses.
Will, and also probably the best instance for like face-to-face time with Malin and the dragon.
Yep. So Lorelai will work with that. Of course, at this point now she's going to discuss with Elizabeth. Now, did Liana come back with them?
Oh yeah, Liana's there.
Okay. So, Lorelai will ask Parvis while I'm making preparations, or do you mind if we meet here to discuss the best possible time for the master to join? And I will give you a time shortly.
Oh, not at all. Liana goes, are there any substance in Parvis goes, the master and several people do partake in cigarettes and opium from time to time. It is not common. She nods, makes a note of it.
Lorelai is also some of her, I guess, her questions for the group is, and maybe this may be something that's for you or for Richard. She's wanting to know the best villas that will work with them, whether they're preferably Richard's, but if there's ones that are much extravagant, I guess.
The only ones that would be much more extravagant might be the ones that are related to the Alabaster, which you guys don't have complete control.
Which we're not dealing with the Alabaster yet. Okay, so Richards are definitely the high of that.
Just commenting on like your note there. I mean, I'd have to talk to Lucky to make sure that he would play ball, because I'm kind of thinking if we do some sort of small poker tournament or whatever, that it would be behoove for the dragon to win.
Oh, these were just some quick notes. If it's not
Yeah.
something he would be comfortable with, of course, we're not going to force anything on him.
Well,
Is this something you're mentioning to
No.
No.
This would have been a conversation that we started after Parvis. Either we went away from Parvis or Parvis went away.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I would also that he is, and if he enjoys games, he knows that games are competitive. I'll automatically win them.
Yes.
So I would say either way, I think if you bent over and just let him win, that it may be taken offensively.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that can be seen
I'm
as a
not
huge insult.
suggesting that. It's more Lucky's used to winning,
Mm-hmm.
and most of how he wins is through use of his power.
Well, maybe he should try winning without it. In this substance, if he joins us. If he's not wanting anything,
I feel like I will be decent at it and would not necessarily need to resort to inciting emotions and
if you think that'd be something that even my husband may partake in, I don't know how interested he would be, but he may be willing to do so.
Leon, Victor would likely be willing to partake in a private game if that's what we're setting.
So if we were to set up a private, you could go in Regina's stead if Regina does not wish to join.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Regina, who is there now, we will send Lucky. We will send Lucky. The reason we have him on payroll is to do this exact thing.
All right. Where's Jeremy? Jeremy.
Oh, Jesus Christ, my
I
mic.
would whistle like a dog. Whistle, but I.
Have you been saying
What?
things this whole time, Christian?
No, I actually have been listening, but I tried to respond. Sorry. So when you said Jeremy, I would have popped up the first. Like, what?
I need you to figure out how to play mahjong.
Mahjong?
Mahjong.
Okay. I will do this.
Thank you.
Wow.
In like the competitive 4-player mahjong.
I don't know
that's
anything
insane.
about mahjong other than it's a computer program.
It's 3 to 4 players.
I watched a whole anime series about mahjong, and I don't understand
I watched
one
an anime
single
series
bit.
about lesbian mahjong.
I play mahjong.
We watched different ones.
Yeah, you watched Akagi, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is Connor needs to play mahjong.
Well, Connor probably doesn't know how to play mahjong, but I know how to play mahjong.
Jeremy can learn. Jeremy smart. Jeremy can memorize strategies.
He's very smart.
Jeremy's very smart. Cause all the smarts,
Very
SMRT
big brain.
smarts.
It's really just memorizing. I'm serious.
But there is something else. He also likes shows and what kind of show are you guys going to be able to put
Are we still in any kind of positive anything with our Fae friends that were with?
With
We
her
have
falling off
shows.
the map.
Well, fuck. The Malins main casino has.
They have shows in it. So you're just gonna give him their thing private or special?
We would likely set something private up, but in terms of having to find another NPC that we've worked with.
I mean, is there any PC who might be able to put on a show of?
I mean, there's always the attempt.
Velia.
Velia isn't a PC. She's an.
That's not nice.
Unless you get her back. If you get her back,
Look at the player list.
Hey, Ashton, can you?
Oh my god.
That sounds wrong in
No.
several ways.
Thank you, Ashton. That was the appropriate answer to that question.
I mean, there was a slight bit of hesitation and a weird kind of tone to his voice that said that he could, but it's only. So what I'm asking you to do. No. If you're not comfortable with it, that's fine.
hey. Oh.
I think we know what you're asking him to do.
It's.
There's another performance I'm thinking hasn't.
Which is what? I mean, I get it. I understand the joke. So who here can perform?
Yeah, who can perform it?
I know.
Wait.
Connor.
There you go.
He's a boxer, not a wrestler.
So we set up a fight.
Yes, someone who's been disgraced. This will be great.
Doesn't have to be a legal, like what a sanctioned match.
Although the question I would have would be, well, he enjoys games. Does he see fighting as a game?
He enjoys
Yeah. If you ask Parvis with blood sport is considered, as long as no one.
This is true. Okay.
Oh, so it's a game, not a.
It's a similar thing. Like he's watching a contest between two people.
Yeah, it's a contest of strength.
Yeah, and of tactics and
Yes.
fighting ability and
Agility is strength.
Is that to his liking, or would he prefer like musical?
thing is to his life. He's not picky.
Well, does he have a preference?
We'll figure that. It's okay. We'll figure that one out, Jeremy. But it's a good.
Okay.
Lorelai is also looking into theater options.
I know we buy him tickets.
Yeah.
I'll say we are in Las Vegas. There should be plenty of.
That's literally the only show I
I mean, there's the Blue Man Group. I think
Celine Dion is done.
I
think like an opera. Wait, or something like classy.
Regina says all of those things are going to might cost more money than putting it on.
Okay.
Getting Connor to fight in some exhibition match with some other fighter who we can find.
Yeah.
How fast can we put that together? While she's going with that, let me see if we can get that put together in enough time. And Lorelai's going to call her husband and relay the information to see how much time. Because the thing is, we need to harvest know how long before he visits.
A couple days, and you guys could this. You guys do a rush. Are you gonna mention Richard Mallon about setting?
Yes, that's part of why she's calling. Is to see if it's
Well,
possible.
He's going to remind you that your star bodyguard has a brother who is currently the champion.
Grudge match!
So Bacchus' brother?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Would he be willing to?
I mean, it's it'd be an unsanctioned title.
He get to keep the belt at the end of the match, even if you kick his ass.
okay.
Yeah.
But it'll make him feel like the belt means nothing.
Well, it would be more or less a private show.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have to be fully sanctioned.
I mean,
Punch him in the dick!
no.
Okay.
Just no.
If you think that we can get him here in not everything set up, she'll let him know how many people are coming. So it looks like 14 or 15 if we're including our gentleman here who's been assisting. And she'll say, hey, have the villas. We need enough villas to cover this meeting. And enough rooms at the hotel. What the hell is the name of the hotel?
The best.
The Bastille. Thank you. For some reason, I can't remember that. I keep wanting to say Alabaster, and I know that's wrong.
Sorry, I'm singing the song by the band.
So the Bastille would be a good place to start. Perhaps and then she's also going to mention the possibility of a private.
Mahjong.
And I do understand that he enjoys a game of Mahjong.
Yeah.
I should go
That's
like
totally fine. Yeah, that looks all doable and all able to do that. Yeah.
I think the biggest.
In a few hours, Armand, in like a few moments, Armand will get back to you and that Excel has the head of Arcadia to see if it's okay, and she might be in.
Okay.
So you guys going around?
Yes, so we're gonna go along and plan things. She's gonna say a couple of days. If that's say 3 days,
Sure.
if that's more than enough time to get everything done.
It is at that point a car pulls up outside.
Do we recognize the car?
No.
Well, at least it's not Antima. If it's a probably.
Lorelai's going to now that she's in the she's going to be the one planning all of this stuff, so she's working on all that. So somebody else gets to deal with it.
A blonde woman.
Is this the one you just put on the roll 20?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't recognize that one.
Someone does.
Goody.
Faye.
Isn't that
Head of
I know her.
Arcadia.
Do I know her?
Yes, you do.
Say, I thought I knew her. Yeah.
The head of Arcadia.
So Lorelai will stop her pacing and planning.
I hear that there is a high roller coming in that you seek.
I seek the use of a fighter. Yes.
That you may impress the master.
Small word.
You may impress master.
Lorelai's just gonna offer her a smile of acknowledgement.
I've come to bargain. What is it you offer? For the use of our
For the use of your champion? I would offer a really bad bargain. So if somebody wants to help me out here, we're good with this. I would offer an opportunity for you to join us in entertainment.
a seat at the table, so to speak.
If that is what.
But which table in? I am that there are several things you have come into possession of. With your ousting, the White Father.
So,
Are you sure you wouldn't rather have us help you dealing with Josiah?
I do not believe that I can trust you, just Josiah.
In what way?
In the way that you are his kin. You are tied to.
Well, I'm not. Am I? I
No,
look to
but the
Elizabeth.
one you serve is. Your mistress is. Your new mistress, I should say.
She does have a point.
Well, I look at Rashida.
No. Me, Jeremy.
Oh, I look at Elizabeth then. Well, so
so
I'm. What about a burrito? Waffles are good too.
See, the issue is that you have made a name for yourself against many who I protect and serve. Madame Ferris.
who is she talking to? Me
You.
or Lorelai? Or Elizabeth?
Called you Madame Ferris.
Okay. I'm simply doing what needs to be done.
As your husband has proclaimed.
Wait, are you Sorry. Jeremy lowers his head.
Are the iron? Am I to ally myself with the Bane? Lord Bane? Madam Bane?
If they're that notorious, isn't that a good thing to have them on your side?
Sorry, what did you say, Christian?
No, if they're that notorious, isn't it a good thing to have them on your side?
She turns to you and goes, "Are you familiar with what iron does to the Fae?"
I drove a car through the Fey once. Or rode in the car.
She all of a sudden her hands are around your neck and they are squeezing.
I don't want to do this, lady. I've made up for it.
You need to stop talking.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how hard it was.
Out of character, Jeremy wasn't in the car. It was Ed and Aria.
Oh. I thought I was in the car.
I don't remember you being. You helped clean up afterwards.
Ah.
Yeah, but he is emotionally unstable, so whatever. He's
Yeah.
I said it. It happened.
Like, you can say it.
It was said.
Is she trying to kill?
Oh yes, no. It looks like
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Trixie is freaking out and she is running to grab something.
Oh crap. Ashley's
No.
gonna go and try to pry him off before she does that.
I would ask that you please release.
The idiot.
Indeed.
Roll report.
Because she had advantage since I'm helping.
True. Things not to say. Do you know what the? Yeah, I drove a car through Ferry. Deal with it, bitch.
Yeah.
Lizzie, you rolling that? Okay, good.
Alright,
I'm gonna tag Sweet Talking Sweetheart. And then I'm also gonna tag Ally of Trixie.
Alright. That's an 8. So she reluctantly removes her hand. She's like, very well. I would expect, but she turns and she looks at Laura and goes, I would expect from the Iron Lord.
Well, that was the fourth. Yeah, it was because there's tears in the universe or something.
Jeremy, now is not a time for you to keep talking.
Okay.
What is there to discuss? You obviously either employ someone who would drive the Bane through the ferry itself. Not.
I do apologize. That was not something we would have condoned. And it's not something that we were aware had happened.
Then make it right. Give me his head, and I'll give it.
That is not something I can.
Well, why not? He is yours. Is he not?
He is of our group. He is not mine.
His actions before we met him. Jeremy?
Yep.
You are going to give Ms. Calderwater. Is that how you pronounce it?
Close enough.
No. Steph is asking Brandon.
Yes.
Okay. Your word that you are not going to use the ban against her or any of her employees.
I like sure, yeah.
You're literally going to make him promise that.
I want to say no, but I don't really see any other way of smoothing this over right now. Suppose I won't drop the Bane through Fairy or the Never Never.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go out and I will hold out my hand. I swear to never use the Bane against you or your. Is that what you want?
She
And he draws his
takes the
hand back.
and she goes, accept it. If you wish the use of my champion, you may have it.
And we graciously appreciate such. As such, we would like to invite you to join in our festivity.
Indeed, it shall be a time. It has been quite a while since I hosted.
I only hope this is the start of something highly beneficial for us all.
Very well, I must be off. She goes into the car and drives away, and I think that's where we'll probably end. You guys now know the direction you're going. You're going to be the thing, and hopefully we'll do some of the various exhibitions next week.
I hope someone next game asks me what the fuck I was talking about when I drove a car through the ferry. 'Cause that's a
Oh no,
story.
that question will be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeremy, the character Jeremy has an intense and amazing back.
Yeah, so does basically everyone else in game.
Yep. But I haven't heard any of y'all's backstories. You haven't been telling me shit.
I pretty much gave the entire rundown of the game that Lizzie is original.
Oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
I lied.
Jeremy hasn't asked. Lorelai would share her backstory.
Once there was a snake. Was a and a snake.
Yeah.
Got
Ashton's
bitten by a
backstory
man.
is currently unfolding.
Maybe I will ask when you start accusing me of being just a human terrorist. Now a terrorist to the Fae.
Yeah.
No, that's the exact question coming out of Lorelai's. Just saying.
Oh no, like I have to say, I think Richard. It's like, wait a second. This guy drew a car through the heart of the fairy. Badass. We need to hire him.
You point Jeremy out thing. He'll solve the problem.
So,
Like a pile of bricks.
MVP. We're gonna start with Lorelai. Who are you voting for MVP? You can't vote for Ash.
I am going to vote for Lizzie for not judging Lorelai for being raped.
Ashton.
At least not hourly.
Ashton, who are you voting for MVP? And it can't be Lorelai, but it can be anyone.
I will say Jeremy for that amazing statement at the end, right to a Faye.
Yep.
Elizabeth, who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Jeremy.
Jeremy. Why Jeremy?
For his backstory causing problems and him basically just kind of accepting, with Lizzie being like, cripple yourself for her. Like, this is how we deal with this problem right now.
All right. Jeremy, who are you voting for?
I was gonna vote for Liz because she handled that on the top of a hat. Jeremy's statement of, oh yeah, no, I dropped a nuke in Fairy and then drove it around.
So, Connor, my dear darling friend, you have.
Yeah, it's evenly split. I know.
Yeah.
It sucks because
And you can't vote for the other two, so one of them will.
There can only be
We've proved there can be more than one.
See, the problem is you both did some pretty
and I'm under the bus with Trixie too. It's great.
Oh man, that's such fun for you. Talk about making your own amusement.
Oh no, it's gonna also be fun for Lorelai as long as she tells the truth or not the truth, and
wish
nothing
I
but
could
the
have
truth.
For whom?
I have no sense. What are you talking about?
Having fun with that. I wish I could have 2 votes, but I think what I'm gonna have to say is Lizzie.
There we go. Congratulations, Lizzie. You have one MVP.
I think it's gonna be a shoe-in for Jeremy next session.
Oh yeah.
So, you broke in front of the one person you don't bring dropping a nuke in.
Yep.
And that basically made another bomb go off.
Yes.
And now
No, her or her employee with the Bane.
You can still punch really hard if you.
I mean, there's many more ways. It's me, not this is not the Bane, but there's so many more ways.
So many more ways to commit genocide.
Oh, no.
Wait.
Oh my
Like,
god.
that was pretty much if these people turn on her, Jeremy has a challenge. Jeremy automatically assumes that these fake creatures all want him dead.
Yeah, that would be Jeremy.
Except for the ones that you give hot cocoa to. They generally are dicks.
See?
Ashton, you have to throw Eddie into this shit. We just finally got some sort of stability.
I mean, if
Throw
you're
who into this shit?
Eddie.
Ugh.
New York reunion. Eddie and
Oh my
Parvis.
Wait, you're not talking about Ed, the Prism Ed?
No, he's talking about the guy you terrified the fuck out.
Dude, that'd be.
You need to bring him in. I'll make friends with him.
I think he's scared of you.
I rolled a 12 on that motherfucker for intimidation.
I don't think you can be friends unless you like roll a 12 on rapport. Like
Long process.
how much goes into a ritual
No,
to become friends after scaring the shit out of Eddie.
It's going to be great.
See, Jeremy is not inherently a bad person. Jeremy is just Jeremy. Jeremy is like, well, I did this. This is a thing that happened. To be honest, he has favors from fate. He has a silver maple leaf with 3 things, generally on good terms, but they're fate that you need to hit with a crowbar as soon as you see them.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true with non-fate too, but that's another story.
Oh yeah, but that's why he blew up San Francisco.
Yeah, Lorelai doesn't know all of Jeremy's background. She'd be a little more nervous about him.
Like, I think all that we know in character, he did a terrorism once.
Twice.
Well, twice. Like,
Oh, it was 3 times, because technically he blew up the building that the Red Court was in.
Jesus Christ, dude, don't mention that.
With
Don't
the
mention that to the Drapers. They will not
with
like
that
that.
magnesium bomb. With that magnesium
Oh,
thing was the brightest, hottest thing you could make.
oh, honey. Yeah, let's not introduce you.
Is it gonna be just the exact
He will be
wrong
okay.
right?
No, he's gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna hire him. No, honey, we don't need to hire him.
I'm on the
We're
payroll.
gonna put him on the payroll in case. Okay.
He's on my payroll.
Good.
I pay him in burritos. And...
So you know he is loyal forever.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Eventually, he's going to ask for a lab, and then the price is going to go. All that money you saved from burritos is going to go through the roof.
So Patrick and Travis. So at least one of you see. I mean, I've got one of you said wants to get a reunion. I'd be willing to do a New York reunion, but you two would have to play that.
I still sort of want to drag Genevieve in.
Genevieve will show up at some point. Genevieve will show up at one point.
That would be interesting.
It's a genuine possibility, but I don't remember how much time's passed.
Only because I miss Jenny. I loved playing.
Well, especially because at some point something's gonna happen, and Lizzie she's gonna piss Lizzie off so much that Lizzie's going to call.
Get your girl, get your woman, fix this.
Yeah, like I can't deal with her anymore.
I need to get Jeremy the shirt that says, "In my defense, I was left unsupervised."
Probably the only shirt he.
The only shirt I own is the pineapple sunglasses shirt.
No, that one that you're talking about, in my defense, I was left unsupervised. That's one that I think Lorelai is going to be getting.
Yes, because you can tell him to do something, and if you just leave him to his thing, it'll be fucking done. Oh, it'll be done. It'll be done real good.
Yep.
It'll be as done as you can done it.
Yeah, I almost chose Velda also. I'm just really scared too.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm scared too as well, but I liked it. I mean,
Did nobody see me why I picked Victor?
Let's just made it more verbose. I left it a little eloquent. That's what Lorelai's shortcomings are. Okay.
I know Jeremy wouldn't vote for Voldemort, but I'm hoping that, Lorelai isn't voting for Voldemort.
Why would I vote for Voldemort?
Victor and Liana are like some of the coolest, not just like red court, but NPCs in the game.
Like super chill.
It's like, yeah, we're horrible blood-sucking monsters, and
No, we're not horrible blood.
No,
Well,
we have this feature, but we don't.
We
You're
saw what
right.
happened to the horrible blood-sucking monsters. They died. We're going to be
Blood sucking
Yeah.
monsters.
That's part of it, I'm certain. Or also, we don't. Well, yeah, actually, we don't want to piss off people who have the potential.
Now there's two places that the ones that became the horrible blood-sucking monsters instead of the nice blood got super prone. They're learning
That-
from mistakes.
Well, that's what we just talked about too. Is that we saw what happened. Let's make this different.
Yep.
Okay, let's make this different.
Hey,
And
Brandon,
Laura's like,
I have a question for you though, because I remember that there are portals open, this separation between our world and the Fey World is getting weak in San Francisco, but I forget why. And that's
It
how the
just
card got.
was.
It just was. I
That
don't remember if there was.
and there was also that secret society of warlocks that
Oh yeah, the
was
secret society.
English.
The secret society of. So in Jeremy's mind, there was a secret society. It was slightly weak, but there was a secret society of warlocks that made it worse. What happened to the warlocks? Did we blow them up? Are they dead now? I don't remember. Like I really don't remember what happened to the portals.
I'm sure they're still there.
My main question is San Francisco still on the map?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it exists.
It wasn't completely destroyed in a raid.
No.
What raid were you?
I'm just saying, that seems to be what happens whenever players are allowed into anywhere.
What? Oh, no.
The
Oh no,
Frederick
but there is
riots.
a fucking powerful cartel down there that you really don't want to fuck with, especially if you're Red Court. Like especially if you're Red Court.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun place.
San Francisco. You probably won't die if you come here, baby.
I'm actually going back through the Dresden books because I haven't.
I'm waiting for the next one.
Do we know when the next one's coming out?
Oh god, I got this phone
I
again.
think there's a set yet. What I have seen and heard on the internet, he was going through a divorce.
Oh,
That kind of put a pause on his writing. So it sounds like he's process right now.
And the canon supervisor. That guy has a team of canon. It's like his own stories in his own canon. Kind of nuts.
that makes sense. As many books as he's got out.
I was going
Yeah.
to say that he'll release it after R. Martin finishes the Game of Thrones series.
I don't think this will probably be dead before that.
I trust that Butcher will finish his, even considering the fact that he has 4 books planned.